Hug.
Here.
Melton.
Here.
Rowe.
Here.
Festerson.
Here.
Goodwin.
Here.
Harding. Mr. President.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for opening remarks by Councilmember Ron Hug.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody be seated. In light of the fact that we're all anxiously here today to listen to the 2026 budget, I'm waiving my comments. Thank you.
An affidavit of publication is on file for this meeting, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of legislative chambers.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this meeting of the Omaha City Council. As a courtesy to those in attendance and to facilitate the conduct of our business, we ask you to please silence and turn off all electronic devices. A reminder that you will have 3 minutes to speak on an agenda item. Please stay on topic. If you would like your comments entered into the public record, you can email the city clerk's office at cityclerk@cityofomaha.org. Council members receive these emails and read them. Finally, council members may ask members of the audience back up for clarifying questions, but not for extra time to speak.
Item 6, Mayor Ewing will present the 2026 recommended budget.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Council President Begley, Vice President Harding, Councilman Festerson, Councilwoman Goodwin, Councilman Hug, Councilman Rowe, and Councilwoman Melton. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you all and the people of Omaha this 2026 projected budget. I stand before you today on my 44th day in office to present our recommended 2026 budget and capital improvement program. These documents represent the city's roadmap, and I take very seriously my role in steering our collective efforts while also being a careful steward of the taxpayers' dollars. Let's get to the bottom line right away. We propose to keep the tax levy flat as the general fund increases 5.6% to a proposed $561.5 million. Driving that increase in spending principally is personnel and equipment. The City of Omaha is preparing to greet an exciting 2026 by appropriately staffing our beautiful new Central Library set to open next spring, and a police department in need of replenished ranks, new vehicles, and updated radios and other tools. The investments in personnel for both the new Omaha Public Library's Central Library, taking shape at 72nd and Dodge, and the Omaha Police Department reflect Omaha's long-standing tradition of balancing big vision with pragmatism by addressing a fundamental priority, public safety. The library, the big vision is that Central Library, a 96,000 square foot facility built with $158 million. The city contributed $20 million for that project, but the rest illustrates Omaha's proud tradition of public-private partnerships. 282 foundations, corporations, individuals are helping Omaha build this beautiful space. The building needs staff, and in 2026, the city is funding 27 positions for Central Library, which employs 63 people. The overall library count will be 146 people. It is not a surprise to see this kind of investment in a public treasure spur private investment nearby. In June, we broke ground on an $850 million family entertainment complex at the Crossroads, which is projected to finish in early 2027. Another big investment in human capital reflects the prior administration's decision to boost wages for Omaha police personnel mid-contract. This decision promises to pay 5% more to our Omaha police officers than what any Nebraska law enforcement jurisdiction pays. That new contracted pay scale goes into effect in January, and it's the reason for $10 million of the department's personnel cost increase. Additionally, OPD will offer 3 recruit classes that will bring 113 new officers to the department, closing an ongoing staffing gap. These efforts aim to get OPD near its full personnel strength of 906 officers. It is important to recruit and retain police officers after years of diminished numbers among sworn personnel. This means that the police general fund budget will go up 6.6% because the police department is the city's largest general fund expense. This accounts for close to half of the city's overall general fund expenditure increase. A solid, functioning police department with stable leadership and a focus on strengthening police-community relations is a vital investment for the city. Omaha also will invest in tools law enforcement needs to keep residents safe. These include new body-worn cameras, cruiser cameras, tasers, and virtual reality for training. This comes at a cost of $2.9 million in 2026, part of a 10-year contract for $27.6 million that began in 2024. 30 new police cruisers will be added at a cost of $2.7 million. The police budget also includes the continuation of grant-funded annual mental health checks for about 1/4 of the department. The city will incur the full cost previously shared with a federal grant. For an important youth prevention effort through the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Midlands, the city values law enforcement and recognizes that an investment in a strong, effective police department is a reflection of the commitment made to public safety in general, and that investment is paying off in a continued reduction in the overall crime rate. Our public safety also depends on a well-staffed, well-supported fire department. In 2026, the Omaha Fire Department's general fund budget will increase 3.1%. This increase is attributable to wage increases for the department's funded 695 positions. It is also due to inflationary costs for emergency medical service and paramedic training through Creighton University and the new Stryker Power Cot stretchers. The fire department is also working to support employees through cancer screenings, which will cost about $687,000, and this is needed to improve resources to make sure that our firefighters who are exposed to hazardous materials and other hazards during their job have the ability to be screened for cancer and given the opportunity to find out if, in fact, there is anything going on with their health in a timely manner. We also are looking to have a contract with a company that will provide medical care for our firefighters in terms of coordinating that care so that they will be able to get back to work sooner, reducing the cost for overtime, call-in pay, and also getting them back to work more quickly so that we can utilize their skills. Planning, the Omaha Planning Department is in the midst of a thoughtful project to create the city's 20-year comprehensive plan. This plan will replace the last city master plan adopted in 1997. It will be an integral part of decision-making on land use, zoning, and codes. I'm delighted that as this effort continues, I can promote planning department leaders to also lead an affordable housing creation plan as part of my vision for intentional economic development. I have also increased spending for the Greater Omaha Chamber of Commerce and their efforts at economic development, chiefly in business and industry growth, business attraction, marketing, and recruiting homegrown talent back to our city. Omaha is a unique and perhaps once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to transform not just an urban core, changing before our very eyes with the 44-story Mutual of Omaha Tower and streetcar, but also with North and South Omaha. Efforts underway such as the Omaha Inland Port Authority can catalyze industrial, commercial, and residential development on a scale not seen in the past. I was also encouraged to learn how the streetcar project will fuel affordable housing development through TIF, revenue generated by development that we anticipate to sprout along the streetcar route. Our planning efforts in conjunction with Public Works Finance are vital to keeping this important project on time and on budget and being delivered without extra cost to taxpayers. As a reminder, the streetcar will be funded by TIF revenue, not tax dollars. As I mentioned, pragmatism in Omaha's budget for 26 reflects that. The budget does not call for a moonshot. One gap is reflected in our Parks Department, where the city has tried balancing improvements with sheer citywide day-to-day maintenance. It is my hope that this time next year I can present a plan that would reflect another priority I have for Omaha, a public-private maintenance proposal that would beautify and improve those important public spaces valued in every corner of the city. Our Public Works Department will see a nearly 6% increase in general fund spending, due largely to increased costs associated with the solid waste contract. Additionally, the department is adding 16 full-time employees for an overall position count of 757. Of the 16, 10 positions are sought for the Street Capital Construction and Maintenance Division to accommodate additional lane miles of roadway maintenance assumed through recent annexations. This will help bring the number of staff per lane mile more in line with our desired service level. Among City of Omaha full-time employees, 8 out of 10 serve our Police, Fire, and Public Works Department. Other city departments added limited personnel to accommodate Omaha's many diverse needs. For example, the city's Human Resources Department is adding a position to better serve a more complex personnel resources data management system. Human Rights and Relations is bumping a half-time position to full-time to support the Restorative Justice Diversion Program. Parks is adding 4 full-time employees at Levi Carter Park. In total, the city's funded full-time count will increase by 48 positions from 3,122 to 3,170 recommended for 2026. Many revenue sources comprise the city's general fund, but 2 are worth highlighting. The biggest revenue source is the city's sales and use tax, which brings in close to half the city's general fund budget revenue. In 2026, the city is projected to collect $265 million in sales and use tax, or 6% more than we budgeted in 2025. Property tax is another big revenue source, and please note that the city's portion of property tax is only 21 cents per dollar. Still, a projected 5.1% increase in valuation is expected to bring in about $244.6 million in property tax revenue for all funds, including $122.5 million for the general fund. That helps keep its tax levy from rising. I have mostly discussed the general fund, but you should also be aware of some exciting projects outlined in our capital improvement program. This 6-year plan is responsible for coordinating major projects involving city infrastructure. This next 6-year period calls for $3.1 billion in capital projects, including a number of projects in 2026, totaling close to $860 million. Major capital projects include $242 million in parking structures for various major redevelopment projects in the city's urban core, $5 million for a new fire station in Northwest Omaha, $20 million for a new fire station downtown to be integrated with a downtown police precinct and ongoing fire apparatus replacement for $2.3 million. It is worth pointing out that the city doesn't do this alone. Our ongoing work transforming Levi Carter Park into a sports magnet is in thanks to $45 million from the state of Nebraska and $13 million from philanthropic group for Boyd and Jerry Parks Fields. In summary, you will see a 2026 budget that carefully considers urgent needs like library and police staffing, while also holding the line on other spending while we develop a more sustainable revenue source for that. As I progress through my first 100 days as mayor, I am eager to work with you certainly on this effort to fund the important resources our city needs. But I also want to leave you with this, a sense of urgency. The city has some great plans for improvement, but plans are only as good as the implementation. I intend to implement them. I will be forming implementation task forces for poverty elimination, economic development, climate action, homelessness, infrastructure and streets, and parks. I will also have a task force on a top priority, affordable housing. In the coming days, I will be sharing an exciting plan about how the city will create more safe, decent, and affordable places for Omahans to live. I invite you to support this effort by serving on these task forces to help the city of Omaha address the important issues and seize the moment. I urge you to adopt this budget so that we can move forward as one united Omaha into our shared and promising future. And I would like to take a moment to thank my team, my chief of staff, Thomas Warren, all of the department heads, as well as my assistant chief of staff, Aaron Grace, for their assistance in providing this report for you. So thank you for your time. I just gave you some light reading. Says it looks okay. Okay, so. Take your time, you're good. The whole world's watching you. Ready?
Thank you.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Ewing. The budget and the CIP hearing will be held on August 12th, right here starting at 6:30.
Item 7, to consider a Class C liquor license for Down Under Lounge located at 3530 Leavenworth Street.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 7. Is the applicant here today? Are they on Zoom, Eliza? I tried calling them, I couldn't leave them in a message. Should we lay it over? Motion to lay it over.
Continue, motion to lay over and continue the public hearing. Second.
Roll call. To lay over for 28th, right? 29th, yeah.
Hug.
Yes.
Melton. Rowe.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 8, to consider a Class I liquor license for Ray's Wings and Pizza located at 220 South 31st Avenue, Suite 4103.
Opening the public hearing on item number 8. Are there any proponents here today? On Zoom?
I am here.
Good afternoon, we can hear you. Name and address, please.
Brian Gregory, Ray's Wings, located at 200 South 31st Avenue in Midtown.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here today, item number 8? Seeing none, are there any opponents today? Public hearing is closed. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 9, to consider a liquor license addition application for Candlelight Bar located at 5031 Grover Street for an outdoor area. A's communication in opposition.
Opening the public hearing on item number 9. Are there any proponents here today? Please come down. Please come down to the mic.
Sherry Vendetti, Candlelight Bar and Grill, 5031 Grover.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here today? Seeing none, are there any opponents to item number 9? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Councilmember Hug, you're recognized.
This restaurant and bar is just up the street from me. It has significant history in our neighborhood. It's gone through several owners. Previously, it was what you would probably be more familiar with the term nightclub. That's not what it's been in recent years. What it's been in recent years is a family bar and grill, like any other you'd see in any other part of South Omaha. The new owners have just been fantastic, and it gives me great pride to make a motion to approve this.
Got a motion and a second. I'll also be supporting this. You got great chicken sandwiches and great, good bar food. It's really good, so I'll support this today. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 10, to consider a liquor license addition application for Saddle Creek Breakfast Club located at 8734 Pacific Street for an outdoor area.
Opening the public hearing on item number 10. Are there any proponents here today? I think we got one on Zoom, correct?
Hi,
Good afternoon. Name and address, please.
Bryn Roth, 8734 Pacific Street, Saddle Creek Breakfast Club.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here today on item number 10? Seeing none, are there any opponents here today? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Is there a motion?
Thank you.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you.
Item 11, to consider special designated liquor license applications for Dundee Days on Underwood Avenue from 49th Street to 51st Street on August 23rd from 7 a.m. to midnight with music until midnight.
I'm opening the public hearing on item number 11. Are there any proponents here today? Got one on Zoom as well. Ms. Paquette?
Hello.
Good afternoon. Name and address, please, if you can hear us.
Stacia Paquette, 4926 Underwood Avenue with AB 66.
Thank you. Are there any proponents here today? Seeing none, are there any opponents here? Public hearing is closed. Councilmember Festerson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Stacia, thanks for dialing in. This is the annual Dundee Day celebration on August 23rd. Is there anything you'd like to highlight this year for folks to know?
Well, there is a special opening band I hear playing. your band, aren't you guys?
Is that news to you?
The Festertones are unable to make the date this year, but that means I can vote on your
I thought you
application.
were. Okay, well, okay, fine. It's a family fun event. It's all day. Everyone in the neighborhood comes out. It's just the time you see everyone you haven't seen forever. There's a parade, a run. We have this art contest. Lots of vendors. It's been going on for I think 33 years. So it is a fun time. It's tamed down from when I was younger. It's a fun time. So
Great.
hopefully soon you can come out there and play.
Yes, thanks. It's always a good community event. Thanks for helping to pull it together. And also thanks to the city clerk staff, Eliza and Autumn, who worked with you to make sure it was all accurate and submitted on time. And I look forward to supporting this today. Motion to approve.
Got a motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug.
Yes.
Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Items 12 through 14 can be considered together for Deer Creek Replat 29, located at 12736 Reed Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Items 12 and 13, resolutions to approve the preliminary plat and final plat. Item 14, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement.
Public hearings are open for items 12 through 14. Here for proponents.
Good afternoon, Mark Westergaard. I'm here representing the lot owners, the Stracos, and also the Deer Creek Homeowners Association, who will be purchasing the middle portion of that lot for some improved access to one of our parks there. So I'd request your approval and answer any questions that you might have.
Did we get your address?
12711 Scott Street.
I get in trouble for that. Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
It's my first time up here, sorry.
You're doing great. You're doing great. My fourth time up here, so. Are there any other proponents here today for items 12 through 14? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 15, an ordinance to rezone property located at 9009 North 216th Street from AG District to DR District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Opening the public hearing on item number 15. Applicant.
Hi, Trevor Vescra with TD2 Engineering and Surveying, 10836 Old Mill Road, here on behalf of the applicant. We're seeking a rezoning from AG to DR to construct a new building that'll either be used for a primary education facility or barn. A primary education facility isn't allowed in the AG district, so the rezone to DR would handle that. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here today? Seeing none, are you a proponent? Or opponent? Okay, no problem. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Are there any opponents to item number 15? Seeing none, is there any discussion? Motion? Motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 16, an ordinance to rezone property located at 1909 South 2nd Street from GI District to R4 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
The public hearing is open on item number 16. Is the applicant here? Yes. Please come down.
Hi, I'm Michael Bartlett from 1909 South 2nd Street. I've been there for 24 years. I just wanted to be residential instead of business. It's all residential area.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other proponents here for item number 16? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
7-0.
Thank you.
Item 17, an ordinance to rezone property located at 1915 South 2nd Street from GI District to R4 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing is open on item number 17. Is the applicant here today? Are there any proponents to item number 17? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Second.
Motion and a second, got a roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 18, an ordinance to rezone property located at 365 North 47th Street from R4 District to R5 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
The public hearing is now open on item number 18. Is the applicant here today? Are there any proponents to item 18? Seeing none, are there any opponents?
Larry Storr, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha 68132. I am opposed to this because it needs to be rewritten or something. I drove by that property today. The way this is written implies that one single little ranch house on a small hill in an alley that doesn't go clear through is going to be a district all by itself. That cannot be. I live in Dundee. This is it, part of Dundee. And I don't know, maybe somebody misunderstood. Maybe this is a mistype or something. But that property is just a small house. It cannot be a district. I don't know how you can do that within a small, even within one whole block of Dundee. What's up with that? How do you make one house, one address, a district? So maybe you need to look at that. Postpone it, put it off till next week. The workmen are working on that little house today as I speak, remodeling it, new windows, painting. Now, how is that a district by itself? Please explain it.
Thank you. Are there any other opponents on item 18? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Councilmember Harding, you're recognized.
I'll give it a shot. The surrounding areas are already zoned R435 and R535, so it's consistent with the neighborhood. So I'll move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 19, an ordinance to rezone property located at 4805 and 4809 South 22nd Street from R7 District and GC District to R7 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing is now open on item number 19. Is the applicant here today? Are there any proponents to item 19? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Move to approve.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 20, an ordinance to amend the boundaries of the MCC overlay district to incorporate into that district the property located at 17007 Q Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
The public hearing is now open on item number 20. Are there any proponents here today, or is the applicant here? Please come down. Good afternoon.
It's just a change to our signage on the property.
Can you give your name and address,
Oh.
please?
Martin Olson, 18102 Nina Street, Omaha, Nebraska.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Are there any other proponents here today on item 20? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Get a motion? Motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Items 21 and 22 can be considered together for property located at 3802 North 24th Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 21, an ordinance to rezone this property from R7 District to MBD District. Item 22, an ordinance to amend the boundaries of the ACI Overlay District to incorporate this property into that district.
The public hearings on items 21 and 22 are now open. Is the applicant here today? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kelly Johnston Dorsey, the Omaha Planning Department. The rezoning of these properties is to facilitate the sale and reuse of the Manderson Market Building to the Omaha Sunflower Cooperative, Black Chick Farm, and Healing Roots, who are also here today if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents?
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Clarice Dombeck, 901 Farnham Street, and I'm here today representing the collective of Omaha Sunflower Co-op, Black Chick Farm, Healing Roots African Diaspora Garden, and Nursery Day Amore Consultancy. I would like to say we are incredibly grateful that our RFP was selected for Manderson Marketplace. Pending approval from City Council today, Manderson Marketplace will be the new home and headquarters for Black Chick Farm, Healing Roots Community Garden, and Nursery Day Amore Consultancy. This new space will allow us to expand our services, provide more opportunities to engage with community, and further our collective mission of promoting agriculture, wellness, and cultural heritage. What we plan on doing in the space is what we're already doing now. Plant sales, farmers markets, light processing of herbs and food, educational workshops, community activities, growing food, offering space for community meetings and more. As 3 Black women deeply rooted in our community, we are again incredibly grateful to have our proposal selected and have been offered this opportunity to purchase this site. And we are equally excited to continue working alongside and serving our community. Your role as city council members and as our community is very important, and we look forward to continue engaging with you all and our community in years to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here on items 21 and 22?
Are you coming up too? Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Ella Willis, and I'm the president of Neighborhood Action and Fact Association. And I don't oppose of the building, but what it is, we are the founder of the marketplace. Andy Wright, under the leadership of Andy Wright, and the city of Omaha and the federal government. Donated money for us to build that building in 1979. And when Gene was in as the mayor, they took it away from us. And I sent letters to Gene and the other people that was concerned with the building to find out why they was taking the building from us when we was doing marketplaces on there, we were doing game night, we were doing senior nights, but still the building was taken away from us and the money was donated for poverty-stricken area. And I just wanted to know why that building was taken. And I do appreciate her for getting the building, and they wanted to sell the building for $60,000 when the money was donated to the neighborhood. So, you know, under the leadership that we have now, maybe it'll be different. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Willison. Please tell your son Reggie hello from the Begley family.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
My name is Preston Love Jr. I'm at 6021 Villa de Sante. I stand to speak in approval. Hope that you will also. As a long-term North Omaha resident, I first would affirm the comments made by Ms. Willis and her long-term work as a neighborhood association person, and I too question why the building was summarily taken from her and her association after a long-term investment of time, money, and commitment. So in the context of this resolution, I surely want to speak in favor of it.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here on items 21 and 22? Seeing none, are there any opponents on 21 and 22 here today? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a question for planning, please. And I believe this might be listed within the agenda, but what is the transaction amount for this new sale?
So the purchase agreement is actually agenda item number 46. The purchase agreement, the sale price of the building is $1 under community development law.
Okay, thank you. And may I have Ms. Domback and the Sunflower Co-op? I think I see someone else in the audience. Please come back to the stand, please. So first of all, I do want to acknowledge both Mr. Love and Ms. Ella Willis's concerns about the transaction, and clearly that was under a prior administration. But I do know we met with the new potential owners of the space, and number one, I want to commend that you are deciding to come to North 24th Street. You talked a little bit more about the services and community engagement. Do you plan to engage and continue to engage the neighbors like the Neighborhood Action, in fact?
Yes, Miss Ella is a good friend of mine, and she participates in partners with us with things at the garden already. And I have let Miss Ella know that Neighborhood Action, in fact, is welcome to host their community meetings there, their neighborhood association meetings there.
Thank you for that. And I understand that this is going to be a for-profit venture?
Yes.
Okay, that's very important, being on the front footage of a business improvement district to have for-profit entities, and so we're excited about that. We talked about last week when we met with some of the other stakeholders, and we appreciate you making time for that, about reaching out to the other gardens. There are actually some designated USDA farms along that corridor as well. I think there's Leslie Robinson, Bountiful Gardens, Abundance Garden, Global Leadership Group. Have you made any of those contacts yet?
Yes, I actually work with Global Roots, which is part of Lutheran Family Services. We purchase their products to take to market. Right now we have a contract grant with LFPA, our local food purchasing assistance. So we purchase their food and we donate it to the Corinne Society.
And a friend and colleague of mine now works at the Union for Contemporary Art in Nyaroke and oversees their garden there. So I'm looking forward to continuing the partnership with them. And we will also be hosting a town hall where neighbors and folks that are part of the 24th Street BID, as well as the community gardens in the area, will be invited. And that's Wednesday, August 26th. Is that the Wednesday? Wednesday, August 27th. Yeah.
Great. Looking forward to that space being activated again. I'm not certain why, but in recent times, it hadn't really been kept up. So hopefully we can get a little sprucing up prior to Native Omaha Days. I know whether that's with yourself or with the city services, but I do motion to approve.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Can we get your name and addresses for the record, please? Sorry.
Yes, Stephanie Finklia, 3330 Fowler Avenue.
Clarice Dombeck, 901 Farnham.
Thank you. No further lights. You had a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Milton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Items 23 and 24 can be considered together for property located at 6120 Military Avenue. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 23, an ordinance to rezone this property from GI District to MBD District. Item 24, an ordinance to amend the boundaries of the MCC Overlay District to incorporate this property into that district.
Public hearing is now open on items 23 and 24. The applicant here today, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Trevor Veskerna with TD2 Engineering and Surveying, 10836 Old Mill Road, here on behalf of the applicant. We are seeking a rezoning from general industrial to neighborhood business district for the purpose of renovating the existing building on site and turning it into a nonprofit mixed-use type development. The development will have several services, including youth skate camps, summer camps, and other educational opportunities. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any other proponents here today on 23 and 24 items? Public hearing is, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Are there any opponents here today? Seeing none, Councilmember Festerson, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. I'm supportive of this rezoning and overlay in my district here today. It represents a substantial renovation of a major building in the Benson Business District, and I think will be the first step in producing a lot of great partnerships with the surrounding businesses and school districts and serve youth and families. So I'm happy to keep it moving here today. More steps to come, but I'll motion to approve items number 23 and 24.
Second.
No further lights. Roll call.
Hug.
Yes.
Melton. Rowe.
Yes.
Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Consent agenda. Any member of the City Council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the City Council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed, unless otherwise provided by the City Council Rules of Order.
Public hearings on agenda items 25 and 26 were held on July 15th, 2025. Any discussion? Got a motion and a second. No lights. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
The public hearings on agenda items 27 through 52 are today. If you wish to address the City Council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, identify yourself with your name and address and who you represent. If you're a proponent or opponent, I'll now open the public hearing. Are there any proponents on these items 27 through 52?
Clarice Dombeck, 901 Farnham Street, and I am a proponent for item number 46.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents here on items 27 through 52?
Did you ask only for proponents?
Proponents right now.
Good afternoon, Council. Willie Barney, 2401 Lake Street, 447. Thank you so much for your support in the past. I'm here to answer any questions regarding Step Up Omaha. Thank you.
Thanks, Willie. Are there any other proponents here? Seeing none, are there any opponents on items 27 through 52?
Larry Storr, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha 68132. I'm particularly opposed to number 50, and I'm opposed because I think before we pay the city's cost of the elections, we have a good discussion here in the city, but also the county, about the way elections are run and whether or not there's any possible truth to the rumors that there is skullduggery in our elections, and particularly in the voter rolls. This is an extremely important topic nationwide, and Omaha is right in the middle of it. We're right in the middle of the country, and I think this is a good place to open that discussion. You people don't want to, but you should, because you work for us. We are the people. You work for us, not somebody else.
Thank you. Are there any other opponents here today on items 27 through 52? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Councilmember Festerson, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. I'm supportive of these items. I just wanted to engage, I think, Mr. Rouser on items number 36 and 37 briefly. We touched upon this at pre-council this morning. These are two contracts that would initiate the repaving of a segment of street in the Florence area up on the hill there that has never been paved in our history. And Florence is one of the most historic parts of our city, if you look at pioneer history and how that came about. And it's very close to the Mormon Museum that attracts thousands of visitors to our city every year. So really important we get this done in a timely way. And it does represent a census tract of poverty. So this is a repaving project that'll be covered by the city 100%. So I appreciate them moving forward with this. This is the first segment that'll happen this summer. A much larger segment happens in 2026. So I just wanted to confirm with you timeframes on those things getting done when this is approved today.
Yeah, Austin Rouser, Public Works. Thank you, sir. Just on the first phase, which very exciting projects for us. Obviously, there are roads that we struggle with from a grading and maintenance standpoint, so very exciting to see them paved from a public works standpoint as well. The first phase is the Willett Street intersection, and that phase, upon your approval today, the contract books will go out to the contractor. They have by contract 14 days to return those to us with their bonds, with their insurance, and we can finalize those contracts, get all the signatures on them. At that point in time, we'll schedule the pre-construction meeting, which the first submittal item is for their schedule for the project. We anticipate starting sometime between August 15th and September 1st for the project. It is a 116-day project. Our contractor, Fusion Construction, is very confident in their timeline for that they feel like that's more than enough time for them to wrap that work up by the end of the year. For the first phase, second phase, we anticipate bidding in the spring for a 2026 construction.
Okay, thank you. And as we talked this morning, let's try and make that more like August 15th rather than September 15th.
That'd be great. I think we're well on the way.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Councilmember Festerson. I know you've been working quite a long time on that, so I know you're happy to see that on the agenda today.
Thanks.
Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to address Mr. Barney for item number 47.
Good afternoon, Willie Barney.
Good
2401 Lake
afternoon.
Street.
First of all, I wanted to acknowledge, too, that there are also step-up students here in the room, and so if you could all just stand up for a moment.
And a couple coaches as well.
And the coaches as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for attending today. Mr. Barney, this is just a small group, you may be seated, that is a part of the Step Up program. Can you tell us, for those who might be new to what Step Up does, how many students were this year?
Sure. Yeah, so thank you, first of all, for the opportunity. The city has supported Step Up Omaha since 2012. In that time, since we started in 2008, nearly 10,000 students, North, South, and West Omaha, have participated in the program. It exposes youth 14 to 21 and young adults to career exploration, internships, entrepreneurship, civic engagement, and leadership. And so the city's investment has allowed us through CDBG and the Mayor's Fund to be able to expand the program. This year we have over 500 that are participating, so we're really excited about that. We've also been able to expand the program to where there are cohorts that they're doing culinary and drones and AI technology, music production, as well as internships. And I'm very excited to see that the city not only now supports financially, but also I heard today that we have the highest number, I think, of interns the city has ever had through Step Up, where there are 22 interns in many different departments. So really want to say thank you to the Grants Division, to the Planning Department, to HR&R and others that are involved, and really want to say thank you to the City Council that has invested in this program. And because of your investment, we then are able to go to philanthropic organizations like the Charles E. Lakin Foundation, the Obama Foundation, and others to help support and expand the program. And we are continuing to expand the work with businesses as well to provide work sites. So thank you so much for the support.
That's awesome. And I always like to let people know that, you know, violence prevention is happening every day in our city. Can you tell us a little more about how Step Up contributes to violence prevention?
Yeah, I think when we first started, the number one thing that people told us as we were in 2008 at the highest level of gun violence in the city, we talked to young men and young women in the community. The first thing that they said is, I've made 15, 16 applications. I can't get a job in North and South Omaha. So that was the number one motivation for us to create the job program. So they were able to generate an income during the summer, and it's not only them, but it's neighbors, it's friends, being able to purchase their own clothing as they get ready to go back into school, food during the summer when they're out of school, just anything that they can do to assist at home, but also the power of young men and young women being able to generate an income doing positive things in the community. It just has a ripple effect. Since Step Up Omaha was launched in partnership with many organizations, I do want to mention it's not just the Empowerment Network, Boys and Girls Club, Girls Inc., Hope Center. We have others across the community that are working with us, and they provide opportunities with them as well. So it has had a huge impact. I think the most recent numbers that we've seen during the summer months, there's been a 76% reduction in gun violence in the city of Omaha. And so I think it's just, again, it's not the only part, but it's a very significant part of creating positive alternatives for our youth. And I just want to emphasize that they are absolutely brilliant. And when given the opportunity, and I think as we continue to expand the program, the pandemic slowed us down a bit. We were at 1,000, we went back to 3, now we're moving our way back up. And so it's been a very, very positive impact, not only on violence prevention, but helping them connect to careers, helping them connect to college, and getting into the workforce and even starting their own businesses. So it's well beyond violence prevention. We have absolutely brilliant young men and young women in our community. So we're just excited to play this role and be a part of it.
Thank you, and thank you for your work in this area.
Thank you.
Motion to approve items 27 through 52.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 53, an ordinance levying a special tax and assessment on real estate within the North 24th Street BID number 6879.
Any council discussion on item 53? Is there a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0. Goodwin abstains. Item 54, a resolution to approve the nomination of John W. Ewing Jr. Street as a commemorative street name on Lothrop Street from 22nd Street to 24th Street.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 54. Are there any proponents here today?
Do I need to repeat my
Please.
address? I haven't moved.
Name it.
My address, my name is Preston Love Jr. My address is 6021 Villa DeSante. And my councilman is Pete Festerson. I honor him. And I welcome Ms. Goodwin to the council. Looking forward to your leadership for our community. I stand in strong support of this particular item. You know, Mr. Ewing worked, I believe, for 25 years in our police department and nearly 20 as the treasurer, county treasurer. He should have received this honor before now. After 44 years of community service, public servant, he deserved his name on a street long ago. But here we are, and now he's the mayor. How wonderful this moment is that we now can honor him not only for his long-term public service, but him as a mayor. And yes, we'd like to have his name on a bridge or maybe on a freeway. But if you insist, for this step, we would just say yes, yes, yes to having his name on the street. Thank you.
Thank you.
Afternoon. Viv Ewing, 15751 Spencer Street. I am a proponent for this particular initiative. I have two items I'll be presenting to you this afternoon. One is my own comments, and then number two, I'll be presenting a letter to you from Commissioner Roger Garcia. Mr. Ewing is a lifelong servant, public servant here in Omaha, over 43 years of service, a distinguished career as the Douglas County Treasurer, who transformed that office through technology and innovation, but also a longstanding former member of the Omaha Police Department, where he retired as Deputy Police Chief. He is known for his commitment to the community and empowering the community to achieve greater heights through economic development, education, public safety, health, and affordable housing. I'd like to share with you a proponent letter from Roger Garcia, Chair of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners. His address is 3219 South 23rd Street, Apartment A. He is traveling on today. As Chair of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners and Commissioner for District 1, I submit to you my support for a street name designation for John W. Ewing Jr., current Omaha Mayor, past Douglas County Treasurer, and former Deputy Police Chief for the Omaha Police Department. Mayor Ewing has been serving our local community for over 40 years across many public serving positions, and has served in and served with great distinction and honor in those roles. We can be proud to claim him as a Omaha native, and we are fortunate that he has maintained Omaha as his forever home and residence. I'll be providing a copy of this letter for the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, distinguished council. My name is Vita Jeffrey. I reside at 16274 California Street, 68118, and I thank all of you for your service. It's been a minute since I've been before the council. I stand in support of this effort and recognizing that Mr. Ewing has long served this community, but in understanding that he has already built a legacy in how he treats people with dignity and making them feel seen, heard, and valued. In doing so, he reaches out no matter what age, what zip code, what area, intently, and acknowledges every voice, no matter how small. That kind of leader who entertains conversations. When we moved to this town, our child was 12, and he met her and they engaged in a wonderful conversation that her father and I regret, talking about the joys of owning a Corvette. Mr. Ewing leads with heart and strategy, knowing that public safety is part of economic development and a fiscal responsibility, that the two of those go hand in hand. Through the efforts of the 360 program and other efforts, he has helped reduce violent crime. And when families feel safe, they feel rooted in community and are often willing to call and invest in long-term residential abilities in cities like Omaha, as have we. His record of balancing budgets and generating millions for the county shows that economic stewardship isn't new to him, it's fundamental. All leadership worthy of having a street named after him. Now, as mayor, he's looking to expand affordable housing, building master plans, and ensuring that every zip code has an opportunity to grow. Even recognizing that his goal is for stronger, more inclusive economies that benefit all who call Omaha home. And lastly, Mr. Ewing's leadership is a reminder of what's possible when unity guides us. He didn't just break barriers, he molded what respectful, issue-driven leadership looks like. His being here proves that progress can be rooted in purpose. and that a city can move forward when it comes together around a common good. So I'm honored to be here and honored to witness this city coming together to celebrate this, recognizing that this is a movement and a declaration, seeing every person embracing community, delivering results, and building opportunity for all. So may this street just be the beginning of a lasting symbol of a legacy rooted in inclusion, integrity, and
Your
service
time is up, sorry.
to every
Thank
community.
you. Thank you very much. You got almost all of it in.
All of it. It
Good
was
job.
one word.
Good job. Commissioner, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, members of the City Council. Chris Rogers, 1819 Farnham, Douglas County Board of Commissioners. I just wanted to stop briefly and show my support for this amendment. I've had the honor of knowing Mayor Ewing for over 24 years. Of course, serving with him as a co-elected official in county government, but also 12 years as a member when he was part of Charles Drew's board, and specifically just wanted to express the sincere pride in the district as the mayor, being a resident growing up there in North Omaha, and wanted to put myself on record for the effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Teresa Negron, 4344 North 34th Avenue, the Executive Director of U-Turn. I'm going to make it brief. I have known Mayor Ewing for an extremely long time on the police department as a co-chair with the Omaha 360 before it was known Omaha 360, and have continued our relationship in working together to cure violence, something that we do at U-Turn. That's my personal. The other side of things that I'd like to just honor with Mayor Ewing is that he is someone who has set a limit and a bar for young African American men and women, boys and girls, youth, in the fact that he has been part of the first on the police department as African Americans. He has been the first in leadership on the Omaha Police Department. He was one of the first board chairs of the Empowerment Network, and now he is the first African American mayor of the city of Omaha. So I am proud to stand here and implore you to name this street after John Ewing Jr. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ben Gray. I reside at 6946 North 54th Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68152. Though I was here on another matter, I cannot sit here and not say something about John Ewing and the fact that there ought to be a street named after him. And because this gentleman has done, he's been innovative, he's been thoughtful, he was part of the original group of the Empowerment Network. We have moved together for a number of years, have gotten a number of things done, and I'm not going to speak too long, but everything that you've heard about John Ewing today, I can say ditto to all of that. He has been one individual who has been involved from day one in wanting to curb violence, wanting to do something about housing, and some of the areas that are critical to us today. And so I couldn't sit here and not say something about this man who ought to have a street named after him, and I stand in support of that. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Willie Barney, 2401 Lake Street. Just wanted to stand quickly. Much of what I was planning to say has been said, but I just wanted to take a moment at this historic time with John as mayor to stand in support and give some very tangible things that he has done in his leadership. As has mentioned, he was one of the original folks to help us start Step Up Omaha, which has now impacted over nearly 10,000 people. He was at the table with us when we started Omaha 360, which has worked along with the police department and others to see a 76% reduction in gun violence. He has worked as a mentor with 100 Black Men and also Midland Mentoring Organization on the board. He has worked with Habitat for Humanity and other organizations around housing. He has worked with youth mentoring as well with the Hope Center. Obviously youth employment, entrepreneurship, and one of the things that I've known with John over the last 25 years, he has gone into the schools and mentored personally, but he has been a champion for organizations around the city And I think that's one of the reasons why he makes such a strong mayor, is it's not only North Omaha, though he's definitely interested in North Omaha, definitely interested in South Omaha, but he wants to see the entire city win. And he has proven over this 44 years that he is a public servant and has been leading by example. So I stand in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today on item number 54?
Omaha City Council, Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson Equestrian Foundation, and North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation. I would like to take this opportunity to say a couple of things. We was taught this throughout our history. Every good man is a good woman. In 1972, 8 of us left here going to the Navy. And one of the men that were left with us, Mrs. Ewing, brother. So for that, I think that's a good opportunity for me to say something, because her brother and we left here in 1972. So what I see in our history, when you say there's a great man, then there's a great woman behind him.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here on item 54? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Item 54. Public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I appreciate the words of everyone here. This is a big deal. It's a big deal because you have a true public servant, someone who takes every opportunity to lead by example. And I just want to say that naming a street is not a trivial thing. I think in some past opportunities, maybe that was a little, we were liberal in doing that. But this is an opportunity to give a man and his family his roses and to celebrate a first. Many people might say, okay, let's get beyond it. But I also think it shows that we're still, as African Americans, as minorities in this country, experiencing firsts. And so I also heard the word gentleman. And it's actually a beautiful thing when we have people in leadership who you can count on their integrity, like Mayor Ewing. And so just wanted to add my comments to a man and his family who are a model, not just for my district, not just for this city, but really at a time when we often look at our leaders and question character, that he's a model of leadership that we could all look to. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Festerson, you are recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. I'll support this item today, too, and I want to thank Councilmember Goodwin for her remarks and everyone here who's here and provided your remarks. I want to just make a note about the timing, too. Obviously, this is an important honor for our first African-American mayor. I think that's significant. But the timing is also important, as is the next two items on our agenda, that we do this today so that we can have this ceremony and honor during Native Omaha Days coming up. So I think it's a very appropriate timing. Well done to Councilmember Goodwin, and I look forward to supporting this today. And I will second your motion when you motion to approve it.
Well, I motion to approve it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and I'll make a comment. I appreciate the folks coming down today. This is not only about the first African-American mayor being elected in the city of Omaha, but it's public service for 4 decades. And that was recognized not in a spotlight, but by people in the community. And I think the testimony here today speaks to that it wasn't about only being elected mayor, but the great service of 40-plus years in the community. So I'll be glad to support this today. No further lights. We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Yes. Melton. Yes. Rowe. Yes. Festerson. Yes. Goodwin. Yes. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 55, a resolution to approve the nomination of Vera Johnson Street as a commemorative street name on Laird Street from 23rd Street to 24th Street.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 55. Are there any proponents here today? Please come down.
Ernest White, 5161 Curtis Avenue, Native Omaha Day Organizing Committee. I want to speak to 55 and 56. They were actually the founders of Native Omaha Day, which has grown into the largest North Omaha event that has an economic impact, not just on North Omaha, but the whole city. This is the 25th biannual event. And it's an event unique to Omaha. It's a giant city reunion of people from all over that come back. And it's a week-long celebration. So thank you.
Thank you.
Preston Love, 6021 Villa de Sante. It could be a test after the meeting of my address. I surely want to say I stand here proud to be a resident and long-term person from North Omaha. Today's City Council meeting has been a great affirmation of North Omaha. Our youth, some economic development, other things going on in the community. I will be opening and announcing a North Omaha Visitor Center next week. And not only that, next week, we will be celebrating a very, very precious celebration for native North Omahans to come back home and celebrate. There will be thousands coming back, North Omaha. As a matter of fact, in 1976, if you do the math, nearly 50 years ago, the Native Omaha Week was begun. And we celebrate in this resolution the two founders, their names, Betty McDonald, Vera Johnson. We celebrate them just a small ways by putting their name on a street to commemorate what they started in 1976. So I surely stand to support that and them and all the people that work with them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ben Gray, 6946 North 54th Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68152. Again, I was here on another matter, but I cannot not say anything about Betty and Vera. I remember when they first started, well, when they were doing the program, I was doing a television show called Kaleidoscope, and at Channel 7, and when they started doing they started getting the advertising out, started doing all of the things that they wanted to do. These two women were citizens of this community. They were great citizens of this community, and what they did was provide an economic engine for North Omaha and for the city of Omaha in general with Native Omaha Days. When I used to do interviews with them to talk about Native Omaha Days, they would call me, and the discussion was not whether I was going to do it or not, but what time I was going to get there. So it wasn't a question of whether I was going to do it. They had already decided that that's what's going to happen, and I'm going to do it, and so we got it done. But these ladies were citizens of this community. They were vital in this community, and they cared about this community. And to have a street named after both of them is an extension of how important and how much we revere them in the North Omaha community. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Phyllis Mitchell Butler. My address is P.O. Box 11561, I am the daughter of Vera L. Johnson, who is one of the founders of the Native Omaha Day. And I'm standing here just in honor that a street would be named after her. I wish she was here to see that. I asked her prior to her passing away if she realized the magnitude of what she and Miss Betty had done by bringing the celebration for Native Omahans back to proper Omaha. She didn't realize what it was, but she was glad that they did it because it was born, bringing it back to Omaha proper, it was born out of something that happened in Los Angeles with their picnic and whatever. But it is just an honor to stand here as a representative of her and as a lifelong member of North Omaha as I am. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Magnolia Bryant Holland, 3216 Myrtle Avenue, Omaha, Nebraska, 68131. I'm representing my Aunt Betty McDonald. Thank you so much. We are so honored and thankful that the love that you are showing Miss Vera Johnson and my Aunt Betty, and they love North Omaha, love North Omaha, and they organize Native Omaha Days through their club, Native Omahaan Inc. And there's some of the members here. And thank you very much for your loving service and everything. Aunt Betty, she got this congressional award for Black history for being of service to the Omaha community for over 50 years. And Miss Willis, your name is in here, love. These powerful women, thank you so much for honoring to rename these streets for them. Because of their love and service for our community, they just want people to understand and know that every 2 years they organize a week-long celebration to where the young and the old can come back together and celebrate culture, arts, equal opportunity with education and justice. And we just thank you so much for considering to do this for us. And also on behalf of my family, the Bryant Fisher family, we got a proclamation about 8 years ago for Emma Early Bryant Day because we are the largest family and the oldest family in North Omaha. And so this year will be 108 years that we're going to celebrate. So once again, thank you so much for the renaming for Vera Johnson and Betty McDonald. God bless. And God bless you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Kimberly, middle initial C, Sherrod Barnes, president of the Native Omahans Club, P.O. Box 11561. Thank you all for taking this time to consider naming the two streets after our founders, Miss Betty McDonald and Miss Vera Johnson. As many have mentioned, the cultural context that these two women brought back in October of 1976 and started the first Native Omaha Days in August of 1977 with just 15 individuals has now grown to over thousands of individuals who have left Omaha, Nebraska, primarily North Omaha, and returned to celebrate. The notable instrument of this is the Gospel Fest that happens on Wednesday. That event was the most event that our founders really adored, simply because it started the tradition of the week, which is to fellowship in a spiritual nature and to love on each other. So the hope is that this street naming will continue to resonate in that form, that Native Omaha Days, the week-long celebration, was done by 2 Black women way back in 1977 and has continued up until 2025. So this will be our 25th biannual celebration to honor both our founders. Again, I like to say their names, Miss Betty McDonald and Miss Vera Johnson. Without them, the community that we hold near and dear to our heart, North Omaha, would not be resounding as loud as it does without those 2 individuals. So thank you in advance for taking the opportunity to name these 2 streets in honor of our founders.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Vicki Quates-Ferris. I reside at 9921 Olive Street, Livingston, Nebraska. And again, good afternoon, honorable council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today in support of commemorative street naming that holds a deep significance for the people of Omaha, particularly the North Omaha community. I am standing on behalf of the Native Omaha Days Organizing Committee and as a proud advocate for the renaming of 24th and Laird in honor of 2 extraordinary women, Vera Johnson and Betty McDonald, co-founders of Native Omaha Days. What began as a modest homecoming in 1977 has blossomed into a week-long celebration that draws thousands of people and visitors from across the country. Native Omaha Days is a festival that not only honors the past, but continues to build on the future. Council members, this resolution is not just about a street sign. This is about recognizing legacy at its finest. Vera Johnson and Betty McDonald transformed a neighborhood in the heart of 24th Street in a gathering place for local and returning residents, as well as newly relocated residents in Omaha, to come together and reminisce about the good old days while anticipating the excitement of new development that will bring density and create thriving neighborhoods. Their work has brought national attention to our city, and their event has become a model for how culture and commerce can thrive and coexist together. The proposed location, 24th and Laird, is not random or by coincidence. It is the historic site of the former Native Omahans Club headquarters. It is where this movement began. To rename this street is to honor the roots of cultural renaissance that continues to uplift our city. Vera and Betty's legacy is not confined to the past. It lives on in every homecoming parade, every gospel song, every small business and culture venue that thrives during the festival. Their name deserves to be etched into the very streets that help transform. By approving this commemorative street naming, you are not only recognizing 2 remarkable women, you are affirming the value of leadership these women exemplified. And you are saying to Magnolia Bryant Holland, niece of Betty McDonald, to Phyllis Mitchell Butler, the daughter of Vera Johnson, to the Native Omahans Club, the Native Omaha Days Organizing Committee, friends and family of Vera and Betty, and to future generations, we remember, we honor, we will continue to build on your legacy. And finally, I would like to thank the City Planning and Public Works Department.
I'm sorry, your 3 minutes is up.
Okay, but thank you, Public Works.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. I know I was very
You did
passionate.
Great. You did great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents?
Willie Barney, 2401. I was going to leave it there, but I do want to, just 2 things. One, I want to say thank you to the Native Omaha Club, Native Omaha Days Organizing Committee, and the founders. I'm not originally from Omaha, but I've lived here with my wife for 25 years. Both of our kids were born here in the city of Omaha, and so they are Native Omahans. But I want to say that the groups have been very welcoming. It's not only those from Omaha, but they are welcome to people from all over the country that come here. So that's one piece. The second thing I would emphasize is that it not only impacts North Omaha, as been said, we are further documenting the 20,000 plus people that come back to the city that spend and invest in Omaha, that go to the hotels and restaurants and small businesses. So there is a measurable impact, and we'll be sharing more of that as we go forward. But just wanted to say thank you for the council for considering this vitally important, not only for North Omaha, but the entire city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Councilman, again. My name is Ella Willis at 4123 North 25th Avenue. And I just want to thank the Native Omaha Club, because that used to be my bar where I go and shake a leg at. Where I go and shake a leg at. At that particular time, I didn't have a walking stick, but I still get on the walking stick and go and shake a leg. So I want to thank Betty and all of them that sponsored the Native Omaha Club on 24th and Lake, because I live about 4 blocks from there. And that bar was really nice. I love the Native Omaha, and it's too bad that they is no longer in business, no more than at the motorcycle club. Yeah. So thank the Native Omaha. Thank all of y'all for it. Thank you for your legacy as well. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any other proponents for item 55? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to honor the Native Omaha Days Club and the committee for their hard work in organizing. You take months and months to come together and to plan these fabulous events. This is an economic driver as it brings thousands of people to North Omaha. And days like this on the city council are what I think give us all the shot in the arm, the community, the unity, the resounding comments and acknowledgement of public service. And so I just want to personally honor Vera Johnson and Betty McDonald. I did want to just make a note. I know that some were saying street renaming versus commemorative street. I think some of you were saying that. It simply will be a commemorative street, meaning that Laird will stay the same, but those names will be adjacent to them. And that's just a technicality. Because I know you have seen many commemorative street signs in the past. So I look forward to celebrating with you. I also want to make another note to Public Works and Planning that we really want to ensure that the area, along with residents, is spiffed up and ready to go for this special week-long celebration of Native Omaha Days. And I would motion to approve.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Thank you. Councilmember Fesserson, you are recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. I also just too want to note the positivity and the emotion in the room today. It's really refreshing and great to see, and thanks for the great history you all provided around this event and Omaha itself. 108 years for your family, that's fantastic. And to Councilmember Goodwin's remarks and Mr. Barney's remarks, it is an economic driver. We had a committee meeting this morning that talked about conventions and tourism and all we do to try and attract those things. In the meantime, Vera and Betty have been doing that for years and years. 20,000 people. That's fantastic, and they just did it on their own. So it's a big impact to the entire city too. And I look forward to seeing you shake a leg again. Thanks, Mr. President.
Thank you. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug. Yes. Melton. Yes. Rowe. Yes. Festerson.
Yes.
Goodwin. Yes. Harding.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 56, a resolution to approve the nomination of Betty McDonald Street as a commemorative street name on 24th Street from Laird Street to Manderson Street.
The public hearing on item number 56 is now open. Are there any proponents here today? Who's your favorite council member too, by the way? You got to call that out.
Press the Love, 6021 Villa de Sante. We spoke of the two wonderful women jointly on 55. And so I just want to stand on record. We surely recognize them individually on street signs. And so this resolution is part of the bigger picture. So I think we're all pro one more time.
Thanks, President.
Good afternoon again. Vicki Quates Ferris, 9921 Aller Street, La Vista, Nebraska. I'm not going to pick up where I left off, but I do want to have for the record to say something on behalf of Betty McDonald as well. So please make it for the record. What I said for Vera Johnson stands for Miss Betty McDonald, and you are all invited to our commemorative unveiling that will happen on Tuesday, July 29th at 6 p.m. at 24th and Laird. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here on item 56? Seeing none, are there any opponents on item number 56? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 57, an ordinance vacating a portion of a north-south alley in Hawthorne addition as described on the agenda. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
I will open the public hearing on item number 57. Are there any proponents? Seeing none, are there any opponents on item number 57? Public hearing is closed.
Item 58, an ordinance vacating a portion of a north-south alley in Hawthorne addition as described on the agenda. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
The public hearing on item number 58 is now open. Is there any proponents? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Item 59, an ordinance to approve a major amendment to the Falling Waters Commercial Mixed-Use District Development Agreement. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
The public hearing is now open on item number 59. Proponents, please.
Hi, yes, Rob Woodling, Foundations Development, 1886 South 126th Street. This project will be an 88-unit senior mixed income, affordable and market rate apartment building. Typically in the past, we've gone through the Zoning Board of Appeals for parking reductions, and with this being a mixed-use area, that's why we're here with this amendment. So I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks, Rob. Any other proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Oh, sorry, Don. Okay. Any opponents on item number 59? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Item 60, an ordinance to rescind ordinance number 42580, approving the 18 Howard Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Project Plan.
The public hearing is now open. Don, you were jumping out of the bullpen on me there. Proponent, good afternoon, Don.
All right, good afternoon. Don Phaeton, City Planning. This project from 2021 has never coalesced and gotten off the ground, so it's time for rescission. And I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here on item number 60? Seeing none, is there any opponents?
Larry Storr, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha 68132. As usual, I'm against most TIF projects because I don't believe there's enough transparency about it. It does raise property taxes for people that aren't necessarily benefiting from it. And this weekend, I happened to go out to eat pizza at the area formerly known as Extrabin. And I got kind of sick when I noticed a certain name around Omaha that's on an awful lot of real estate property, but he's also known as a developer and gets TIF financing. And it seems to me like there's a lot of conflict of interest in the TIF projects because the people are often a real estate professional also, and maybe a construction company also. So they're maybe dipping in the public coffers 2 or 3 times. And no matter what anybody says, the TIF projects does cost taxpayers money. Maybe not all taxpayers, but people that are taxpayers and homeowners that pay property taxes in those districts. So please stop trying to cover it all up. It does cost us money. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any opponents on item 60? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Item 61, an ordinance to approve the South Omaha Global Market Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Agreement.
The public hearing is now open on item number 61. Good afternoon, Don.
Don Seaton, City Planning, and I'm available for any questions you may have on this TIF agreement.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Item 62, an ordinance to amend certain portions of Special Levy Ordinance Number 10380 for Weeds Group 2025-04.
Public hearing is now open on item number 62. Is there any proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents on item 62? Public hearing is closed.
Item 63, an ordinance to accept and authorize disbursement from the Nebraska Crime Commission on law enforcement and criminal justice in the amount of $60,000 to implement a criminal justice internship program.
Public hearing is open on item number 63. Proponents, good afternoon.
Lieutenant Philip Ricker, representing Omaha Police.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents on item 63? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Item 64, an ordinance to approve an amendment to the Master Lease Purchase Agreement for Lease Revenue Bonds, Series 2025C for the streetcar, A's Communication Opposition.
Public hearing is now open on item number 64. Is there any proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents?
Larry Storr, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha 68132. I want to add my name to the list of the person or people that are in opposition per your attachment at the website. I won't name that person, but I was a little bit dismayed to hear that in order for things to get onto the public record that we have to send you a letter about it. I thought citizens could speak here and be in the public record for that. So I'm a little bit surprised, but that letter in opposition, people should go read that because it is transparent. You people are not. The streetcar, we were more or less misled on, still being misled on, and taxpayers aren't going to pay for it. Yeah, I'm sorry they are, and we're not being told the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Item 65, an ordinance to approve a lease purchase agreement for Lease Revenue Bond, Series 2025D for the city's riverfront revitalization area.
Public hearing is now open on item number 65. Is there any proponents here today? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Item 66, an ordinance to approve general obligation bonds, Series 2025A, in the amount not to exceed $45 million for the CHI Center.
Public hearing is now open on item number 66. Is there any proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is now closed.
Item 67, an ordinance to amend various sections of Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Omaha Municipal Code entitled Food Inspection and Protection.
The public hearing is now open on item number 67. Proponents, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Adam Carlson. I'm a registered environmental health specialist and supervisor of the Food Safety and Compliance section at the Douglas County Health Department at 1111 South 41st Street. Also here in attendance with me is the director of the Douglas County Health Department, Dr. Lindsay Hughes, the division chief of environmental health and registered environmental health specialist, Eric Bradley, and also inspectors and registered environmental health specialists, Sarah Pastillo, Colton Walensky, Tamara Rivera, and Austin Klingenberg. I'm extremely excited to present this proposed ordinance update to you today. The proposed ordinance will bring the Omaha Municipal Code into compliance with state statute and reflect current regulatory practices. But most importantly, it'll ensure the city of Omaha will provide some of the safest food in the country to its citizens and visitors. The highlights of the proposed change include updating the extremely outdated code to reflect current practices as Chapter 11 was last updated in the 1970s. adopting by reference the Nebraska Food Code and the Nebraska Pure Food Act, so the Omaha Municipal Code does not fall out of compliance as state statute is amended. Striking redundant articles and articles that conflict with the state statute. And lastly, adding the requirement for all food handlers in Douglas County to obtain a food handler certification. So why would we want food handlers to have a certification in Douglas County? Foodborne illnesses are not a myth or a fairy tale. The most recent data released by the CDC shows that in 1 year, 9.9 million people in the U.S. acquired a foodborne illness. Of those, 53,000 were hospitalized and nearly 1,000 of them died. A majority of these illnesses and deaths could have been prevented with knowledge of safe food handling. A trained and knowledgeable food handling staff is the primary intervention to prevent foodborne illness. Food service staff cannot mitigate risk if they have no idea what the risks are in the first place. The transfer of norovirus, which contributes over 50% of foodborne illnesses nationwide, is primarily transferred to food by an ill food handler that does not properly wash their hands and contacts the food with their bare hands. Salmonella, the leading cause of death from foodborne illnesses, is commonly found in raw chicken. However, if restaurant staff know how to properly store, handle, and cook the chicken, the potential for the customer to become ill is eliminated. All of these things will be learned in the training and certification proposed in this ordinance. A study at Fort Liberty, North Carolina, in the Journal of Environmental Health from January of 2025 showed significant association between establishments lacking food safety training and food safety deficiencies with all 5 foodborne illness risk factors. Facilities that lacked training averaged 3.4 violations as compared to facilities with the training who had less than half of those violations at 1.6 violations per facility. Employee turnover is one of the primary hurdles that food establishment owners face today. An owner or manager can spend days and weeks training an employee on proper food handling, only to have the employee leave and have to start training the new employee again. Requiring the employee to obtain the training takes the burden off of the establishment owner and ensures adequate and consistent training is applied throughout our city. For the employee, the certification remains with them and can serve as a resume booster if they wish to move to a different restaurant. Currently, 13 states and approximately 50 local jurisdictions require food handler certification, including our sister department in Lincoln. Almost every other discipline of environmental health in the city of Omaha has required training and certification, including pool operators, tattoo artists, pesticide applicators, installing water wells, cosmetology, mold and radon mitigation, and installing septic tanks. Although all of these are extremely important, it could be argued that none of these pose a risk as great as improper food handling. People of our great city eat multiple times a day, every day. None of those other fields of environmental health reach a greater population at high as a frequency as food safety. Yet food safety is the only one that has yet to require training and certification. A proposed ordinance review board was assembled to review the changes with industry and stakeholders. The board included the director of the Omaha Restaurant Association, the director of the Nebraska Hospitality Association, a member of the Douglas County Board of Health that is also a restaurant owner in Omaha, and several other owners and managers of restaurants in Omaha. Through those efforts, I am proud to say that this proposed ordinance has received the stamp of approval from the Omaha Restaurant Association, the Nebraska Hospitality Association, and the Douglas County Board of Health. Thank you, and I'm here for questions.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here?
Omaha City Council. You know, Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson Equestrian Foundation, and North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation. As I was mentioning before, you know, I think this is going to be a project here that the biggest problem I see is a lack of inspectors. And the inspectors that we need on this Department of Mental Health and all this, we need more inspectors. And I think since Lee Terry was the last person on the City Council to go to the House of Representatives, I think Mr. Brinken Harding should be turned over to this when he gets to the House of Representatives. Because I noticed we have a big problem with inspectors. And at the same time, we was taught in the 70s and the 60s that tattoos are bad. Now they just run out getting them. This is what Mr. Harding can bring back from Washington, D.C. when he becomes a House of Representative. It's what's going on with the, what is that Mr. Trump is talking about? Not taxing the restaurant people. Either or, when you get to Washington, D.C., Mr. Harding, you let us know and bring the information back. Mr. Lee Terry did it as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents? Seeing none, is there any opponents on item 67? Public hearing is closed. Councilmember Festerson, you are recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. Adam, if you don't mind. Thanks for being here. I know you came back from Iowa and your family experienced a loss, so I want to express our condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
And then also thank you for your work on this. I'm a member of the Board of Public Health, but I believe the work on this predates my involvement there. You've been working on this for a long time, right?
Yeah, we've the department's been working on it nearly 10 years, and when I stepped in as supervisor in December of 2022, it was my very top priority.
Yep. And I think there's two whys as to why it's now. As a member of the City Council, I've never dealt with this section of code before, but I think that's because we haven't updated it since, I think you said 1976. And then also because of the potential impacts to public health that you're trying to protect. Then I thought you did a nice job of saying, it's a fairly large document we have before us today, but most of it's just crossouts for things that no longer even apply. And then there's a section that just enacts state law that is already state law, and things that you're already having to do, but just updates our code when it comes to dealing with food, with bare hand contact and things of that nature. But that new section is the food handler certification program that you discussed. So one of the things we always like to see about that and about something that we don't see every day here is that you've gone through a substantial process to engage parties with this update, make sure everyone's well informed and has had input into the suggested changes here. And I think you did a nice job mentioning that too. And you sent an email this morning that outlines, I think, the review board you put together in this respect that did include the Restaurant Association and the Hospital Association. Looks like several different restaurant owners here, and I think what is probably the Culinary Institute at Metropolitan Community College.
Correct.
So we appreciate all that background work, and that's what we expect to see when something like this comes together. And I think you must have done your job because we had no opponents here today.
Yeah, thank you.
So I appreciate all your work on this, and also our new city attorney, Tim Dolan, who helped put it together. And I look forward to supporting it next week.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. And also, Adam, I'll just say, you don't have to, you can sit down. I appreciate you bringing all those different groups of people together. I know it was a lot of work for you, so it's appreciated. Thanks for giving that information to the council in our briefings, but also being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks. Councilmember Melton, you're recognized.
Thank you. And I wanted to thank you for sending the names of the people that were on the committee. I think what I'm somewhat concerned about is that we haven't received any communication from any of the associations in support of the permit, issuing of the permits. And I talked to a number of restaurant owners just since Friday, since we had our briefing, and none of them were aware of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little bit concerned that I don't know that it's actually gotten out to people. So the fact that there's no opponents here might be because people don't know about it.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're going to be sending any letters of recommendation or notifying the members of their association?
I have a approval letter from the Nebraska Hospitality Association with me right now. The Omaha Restaurant Association sent me an email with their approval. I couldn't track that down, but I can get that for you. And yes, if the restaurants were not members of the Omaha Restaurant Association or the Nebraska Hospitality Association, it is very possible that they haven't heard about this proposed ordinance.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. And I'm not that that's your responsibility, but since I hadn't heard from any of they might have had a member on there, but I don't know that necessarily equates to getting notice or whether they support or not support it. So I think that would be helpful information to receive over the next week.
Understood.
Because obviously my biggest concern is I think what we're doing is, especially to the restaurants that are begging for people, they have labor shortages, and now everyone has to go pay $20 and take a test. And it's not just once, because I read in here that wasn't discussed, it's every 2 years, anybody in the restaurant business is going to have to go back and take this class. And that would include, I assume that I saw Salted Edge on there, but the chef at Mahogany or any other restaurant that's been doing this for 30 years, they're still every 2 years going to have to take this class.
Correct. Standard industry practice, whether it be the training that Douglas counties would require if this passed, or any other of your popular food safety training platforms out there, 2 years is the standard interval that their certifications are good for. Now, the Certified Food Protection Manager, which is part of that state statute that Councilman Festerson brought up, that will also be required here in Douglas County because it's part of the whole state. That is depending on the training institution. Typically, it's 5 years. So if that chef at Mahogany had the certified food protection manager from one of those ANSI accredited institutions, it could possibly be 5 years.
Okay, so they wouldn't need to take this particular class if they have it. That was part of in here. If they got it, because what I don't want is duplicative requirements.
There per state statute, there'll be required to be one person on staff with the certified food protection manager.
Okay.
The person who doesn't have that will be required to take the Douglas County food safety training.
Every 2 years.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
May I don't know if I'm able to ask a follow-up question, but was there a specific action item that you were asking of me when you were talking about notifying other restaurant personnel outside of the Omaha Restaurant Association?
No, I was simply making a comment that I spoke to a number of restaurants and they weren't aware of it.
Okay.
So I was just making a comment that is part of my concern, is that it may have just been the people on this committee that are aware of it. I wasn't sure if it got sent out to all of the, to the entire association.
Yeah, the entire association should be aware. When it comes to notifying all 3,000 establishments in Douglas County, there are some logistical hurdles to that.
I wasn't asking for that. I was asking
Okay.
if the Omaha Restaurant Association had sent it out. And I appreciate that. And you sent me their contact information so I can get it.
Okay.
By no means was I asking that you notify 3,000. I was just asking if you knew if it was going out. So
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. I do have concerns about this, especially with making, this is going to be very difficult, I think, for the restaurants, especially when they're hiring some 15 and 16-year-olds that they have their own training that they do, but making them go out and take take $20 out of their first paycheck, that's going to be a hard welcome to the world of government taking your money. And that's what they're going to see on their very first paycheck that they get. So I have to say I support everything else in here. I'm having problems with requiring this permit and requiring it every 2 years. Even with our driver's license, we don't have to do it every 2 years. So I think that that's probably somewhat burdensome, and especially for young people that we're encouraging to work. We want them to work. I think we've got young people sitting in the back here that probably don't want to pay $20 to be able to go work at McDonald's. They have to go pay to work at their place of business. So I do. I think it's a significant burden. I mean, are you going to have any can people apply to have the $20 waived?
At this point, we do not have any, there's no conversations about a waiver.
Okay. Because here we are, we just approved money for the Step Up program. We're really getting kids to want to come in and work and do internships. And again, now we're going to charge the $20. I don't know if that's something that Step Up would consider paying for, if for their students that are participating in their program. But again, I really don't like the government coming in and regulating. And then also, I think you said you're not generating revenue, but I think this will generate some revenue. And you have to go in and take a class. Have there been any outbreaks in Omaha? Because I haven't heard of any major outbreaks.
Yeah, in recent history, I think we've been quite lucky when it comes to outbreaks. And that's basically what it adds up to, is pure luck.
Well, I don't know that it is necessarily pure luck. I think a lot of the bacteria and a lot of the food, when food gets contaminated, it's not necessarily the people, it's also the sealants and the things that are used in cold storage and in the restaurants. Certain sealants actually capture bacteria and it replicates, and it's difficult to even clean. And so actually changing some of those requirements of what should be used in the building materials for restaurants and cold storage, that actually is one of the main components of food being contaminated. And also, obviously the lettuce and how it's transported is another way. So I don't necessarily believe that this is going to be our end-all be-all because we made 16-year-olds pay $20 to sit through a video.
Yeah, I don't have any data showing about the facilities that you're talking about causing foodborne illnesses. We do
Look up
require
Chipotle. Yeah.
we do require all of the surfaces and equipment in food establishments be certified and ANSI approved and accredited so that we make sure they're safe. There is research that says a majority of foodborne illnesses are spread by the food workers. Yeah, specifically norovirus, over 50%, and that is specifically spread by the food worker.
For the norovirus.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I have nothing further.
Thank you. Councilmember Harding, you're recognized.
Thank you. I'm going to pick up on a couple of things Councilmember Melton was also talking about. First, at the top, I want to say I don't think it's by luck. I think we have incredible restaurant operators in the city, and I'm a little offended that you would say it was by luck, which I think diminishes the fine job that restaurateurs actually do in our community. Let me ask you, I'm going to, again, pick up on this. Give me the layers of requirements for each one of these the testing or requirements that managers have to have down to staff.
Sure. So above this ordinance, to start with, the state of Nebraska is requiring each food establishment to have a certified food protection manager on staff.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want to go step by step with this. When you say on staff, that means they have to be on site?
Good
Or
clarification question. No, just on staff for the permit holder.
So if I'm a franchisee and I have 5 restaurants, I have to have one person on staff with that certification?
It does delineate in the ordinance that it's per permit per location. So if you own 5 locations, each permit is required to have a certified food protection manager.
And does that person have to be on site at all?
They do not. The FDA recommended their terminology or their definition of person in charge is somebody on site at all times. So if the state of Nebraska would have adopted the FDA food code word for word, there would have to be somebody on site at all times for each permit. Nebraska, a definition of a person in charge is a little less stringent, and it just says on staff per permit holder. So
for that person to get that certification, how many times, I want to make sure I'm clear on this, how many times do they have to take the certification process?
The certified food protection manager would be we're not providing the certified food protection manager training. There are approximately 23 ANSI accredited trainings that they could take, which we provide on our website. And I believe a majority of those are 5 years. So once every 5 years.
Once every 5 years for them, and and there's a cost involved with that, I assume.
Yes.
And who collects that fee?
That is strictly the training service provided. Douglas County will have nothing to do with the certified food protection manager trainings. We'll only verify their certifications.
Okay, so the next level down after that is called?
It'd be a shift manager or restricted food manager is what that's called.
And what's the requirement for the shift manager?
That is the training that Douglas County provides. That is going to be provided, created and provided by the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, if this passes. And it's the top tier. There's 3 tiers of that training. They're all $20. You don't have to pay. You can take the least amount of training or the most amount of training, which is the shift manager for $20, and that's every 2 years.
Okay, and then below the shift manager
is a prep cook. And then below that was just serve clean, which would be like waitresses that might handle a little bit of food and dishwashers.
Okay. And how many, with the current number of restaurants in Omaha and employees, how many people would that be every 2 years that would be required? Well, actually, you get new hires all the time. So approximately how many, if you were static today, what would that be?
So to go off, the only numbers we really have are Lincoln Lancaster's numbers, and they recert about 15,000 food handlers per year. If Omaha area is approximately twice the size of Lincoln, looking at about 30,000 recerts a year.
30,000 a year?
And those are very, approximate numbers.
Okay, and so that would generate at least $600,000. And you're saying it's not a revenue source?
I didn't personally say it wouldn't be a revenue source. There would be revenue generated from this. And I don't get to determine
what would that revenue be used for?
I don't get to decide that, but if I did get to decide that, I'll be asking my management. So it might be approximately 15 or 20 minutes more per inspection for the inspector to perform these certification verifications. So I would propose to my management that if, over 5,000 inspections a year, that's a lot of time. I'd propose to my management that we do hire another inspector to cover that time. Then hopefully a lot of this money is dumped right back into the training to create different languages, because right now it's in English and in Spanish. And we obviously have communities in the city of Omaha that require other languages. So we would do our research and see what's the next most needed language. And we would create that language with the training. And then also, I'd like to create other trainings such as farmers market and temporary event trainings with the revenue that's brought in from this.
Was there any consideration to have the testing be done at no fee?
We have not considered that because there is going to be cost put into this, the training to be created by University of Nebraska Lincoln, and to maintain it. There is a cost to that.
So on the annual inspections, are restaurants charged a fee for those annual inspections?
They are, yes.
And how much? What's an annual inspection cost?
The permit includes the inspection fees, and as of right now, the full service restaurant is $569 per year.
Okay. I would assume that maybe including that in the inspection fee at a nominal increase in the inspection fee rather than charging all the employees $20 every 2 years might make more sense. Something to consider. Yeah. Was that considered?
It was. The thought is, though, that these certifications are owned by the employee, so if they leave, they're able to take that with them.
Okay. And before, if I'm hired at a restaurant, before I can work, I have to take this test or take the test, pass the test, and pay my $20, correct?
Yeah, it is written into the ordinance that they have 30 days. That came from feedback from the review board. I had originally proposed that the employee had it before they started working because we thought that was the safest way to do it. The review board said that might be a little tough. They'd like their employees to be able to earn a paycheck before they have to pay for this. So that was taken into consideration, and we moved that back to 30 days after they start before they need this certification.
Okay, but they would have to pay for either maybe the restaurant picks it up but anyway, the fee has to be paid for and pass the test by 30 days.
Correct.
How long what's the testing process consist of?
There's 3 levels to our Douglas County training. The first level, depending on your comprehension level, would take approximately 2 hours for each step. So 2 hours for the most basic level, up to 6 hours for the shift manager, depending on your comprehension level and your reading.
6 hours, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I too have concerns about not only the fees, but the frequency of the retesting. I mean, as Councilmember Melton said too, I think I can't remember the last time I actually had to go in and take a test on my driver's license. So I do have some concerns on the testing frequency as well too.
I know it's a little bit different because we're professionals and we're the ones inspecting the establishments, but the inspectors ourselves are required to have a certain amount of retraining every 2 years. So we have to have 24 hours of continuing education every 2 years. So there's always some new and different things that come about, and the training may change. We'll update that training every couple of years, and so there's always going to be something a little bit new and different to learn.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Councilmember Hug, you are recognized.
Boy, do I got questions. First off, so the testing speaks to employees. So volunteers that work at the church, American Legion Club, wherever, working on a fish fry or chicken dinner, spaghetti dinner, they're volunteers, they'd be exempt from this.
Yes, there are 2 exceptions to the requirement of the certification, and that is volunteers and employees that work at a school that have been through the school's food safety training program, and that both of those, the volunteers and the employees of the school, are supervised by a certified food protection manager.
So if that works for the volunteers who are supervised again by who?
A certified food protection manager.
Okay, so why couldn't they supervise the waiters and the dishwashers?
Specifically, we parse those out, one, because in the schools, they do have good and adequate training programs, and we've recognized that. The volunteers, we didn't want to do an undue burden on somebody that was out there just trying to do good, trying to make meals for the homeless. We didn't want to put an undue burden on them of somebody that wasn't trying to make money to keep them from doing what they needed to do and get these certifications. So that's why those two exemptions were considered.
So what's the delivery mechanism of the training that the lower level positions in the restaurant, what's the deliverability? Where are they, do they have to go on site? This is online?
It will all be online for the 3 lower levels that Douglas County puts on. For the certified food protection manager, most of that's online, but there is local training put on by entities outside of Douglas County that they can get in-person trainings.
Well, like my other 2 council members, I've got some serious concerns about the mechanics of this. And I'll be talking to you, council member Brinker, Mr. Harding. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Harding, you're recognized.
Thanks, Councilmember Hug, because I think you bring up a great point. And I would even say, again, I'll go back to what I said at the top. I think we have great restaurant operators in Omaha, and they train their staffs very well. I would almost say that the volunteers at the fish fries and, you know, maybe Sons of Italy or whatever, maybe that's what you're thinking of, but no, you guys do. I would be more concerned with the volunteers not being properly educated in this. And I think it's a little, I'll say backwards rather than what I would probably normally say, but I do have some concerns about that. So yeah, let's have some discussion on that.
Thank you. Councilmember Melton, you're recognized.
So 2 quick questions. If it's all online, then are, you know, some of the 15, 16, 17-year-olds, how are they going to pay for it? If they're going to be required to have a credit card or a debit card to pay their $20 then, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And then, so you said that there would have to be and forget, I might have the term wrong, the food protection manager, is that the one with the 5-year required by the state?
Correct.
So for the fish fries and things like that, that the Knights of Columbus put on, that's just what I'm thinking of, they're going to have a food protection manager, or I know that the ladies at St. Robert's do the spaghetti feeds to pay for, you know, somebody has, the kid has medical bills and they'll do a spaghetti feed, and literally a bunch of moms cook spaghetti and sell it. But no one's a certified food protection manager.
If they may not be required to hold a permit with the Douglas County Health Department, and that's per state statute. There are some entities that are exempt depending on what they're doing, that are exempt from our permit. And if they're exempt from our permit, then there would be no requirement for the certified food protection manager.
Okay, so that would fall under that volunteer requirement, or?
It depends on, it's situation by situation. It really depends on what they're doing and who they are, whether or not they meet state statute to be exempt from a permit or not.
Okay, so I mean, I'm just thinking about funerals where you have the potluck and
right.
Everybody brings it to the church, you know, to the church community center for the potluck afterwards, and it's getting served. So are they going to have somebody on staff there too?
Those type of events are exempt by state statute from needing a permit.
Okay, and so you're going to exempt them as well?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. No further lights.
Non-action items, items 68 through 89, do not require public hearing or city council consideration at this meeting, but will be placed on a future agenda for public hearing and/or vote. The reason for non-action is noted after the item on the agenda, as well as the date the item is expected to appear on agenda for consideration.
Need a motion to adjourn? Motion second. Roll call.
Hug. Melton. Rowe. Festerson. Goodwin. Harding. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion approved. Meeting is adjourned at 4:14.